Welcome back to another episode of Dark Cloud. It's been a while, for me at least, since I last recorded. Yeah, so here's what's happening. I spent like an extra 10 hours grinding, and I only got like 2 weapons that I needed to max everyone's out. So at this point, I'm saying, screw that noise. It's taking way too long. And because if I'm going to sit here grinding for that long, I'm going to do it in the Dark Cloud game I like better. I'm going to do that in Dark Cloud 2. So I'm not going to worry about having perfect weapons. It's just taking way too long to do. I'm just going to finish off the Demon Shaft with Tone's moderately overpowered weapon and call it good. Okay, yeah, we are in the Demon Shaft. This mysterious place that's just kind of chilling out here. There's no story that goes along with this. This is purely an extra dungeon that just kind of exists. So I did a little bit of reading up on it, which is why I was switching my attribute around there. The first 20 floors are a fire theme, so I also spent some time preparing my inventory for this. You know, just getting some supplies. The only really unfortunate thing is that I don't have Drain. But the best place to get Drain Seeker, the weapon that gives Drain, is here, so hopefully I happen to find it as I go along. Anyway, but yeah, we are rushing to get through here. Anyway, yep, here we go. Just gotta go along. Hey, I already got a door key. Haven't run into any enemies yet. That's a little weird. Also, funny thing, so these Gemrons appear here, and they're actually a common enemy in Dark Cloud 2. But here, they only appear in the Demon Shaft. Oh geez, man, it took 2 hits to take that thing out, and I was using its elemental weakness. Oh boy. The enemies here are stronger, huh? Something just casually spitting out fire back there. Let me, you know, make sure this mummy stays down. Easy. I'm being really cautious the first time I swing at anything in here because I don't know how much damage they're going to be doing to my weapon. You know? And I don't want to have to use an auto repair powder because I didn't realize the amount of damage they were going to do was 10. Anyway, so yeah. I did get poison on Tone's main weapon, so there's that. It's only missing 3 abilities in total from being a perfect weapon, and there is always the chance that I could just, you know, find all of those in here. Like, it's not impossible. It could just happen. It wouldn't even be all that surprising. Come on. Yeah, that's right. Attack, whiff, and then I defeat you. Easy peasy. Yes, what I was saying about, like, so I'm missing 3 abilities. I'm missing Stop, Drain, and Abs Plus. And that's it. That's the only 3 abilities I don't have. Crystal Eyeball, which I believe is what lets you go into the back room here. Ooh, hey, these golems are hard. They deal actual damage to my weapon. Let me just repair that. There we go. Yeah, gotta be aware of these guys. I take 6 HP on my weapon every time I hit one. And that's why I was being careful about how many times I swung my weapon against new enemies. So yeah, I'm low enough I should just do that. Actually, wait, I shouldn't have. That was wasteful. I just realized there's a pawn in the other room over there. I don't think I have the floor exit yet, do I? So I guess I have to go over here anyway. Okay, mummy defeated. You're not my mummy. Haha, that was a great joke. No one's ever heard that joke before. Like, I didn't even get to see his actual holding it up animation. Anyways, so as I go through, I'm just going to be leveling up my weapon every time it's an option. And the reason why I'll be leveling up my weapon every time it's an option is because, well, there's no reason not to, for one. I'm not even sure it's worth it to go to the back floor here. Is it? I don't know. I'm uncertain if going back here has any purpose for me. You know, I'm just not sure. I'm hoping I'll pick up a mine end somewhere along here, because then I can go fishing after this, which I will need to do. Not for stats or anything, but I think I might need to finish off my... Wait, there are weapons back here? That must be an explosion. Also, you like how those are different traps? Like what? Excuse me? Just a cactus. Unfortunate. Now that I know there's weapons in the back rooms, though, I'm absolutely coming back here. I didn't know there would be weapons back here. Hey, an antidote drink. That's nice, I guess. Anyway, open the chest. That's what I really care about back here. Hey, an aquamarine. Does that actually give anything that's helpful to the Chronicle Sword? I don't think so. I think it's only, yeah, it only gives elemental stuff, so useless for me right now, because I'm not leveling up anyone else's weapon anymore. It's not worth it. It's not worth the time investment, because there are no limited floors in the Demon Shaft, so I can play the rest of the game as Tone. And I was gonna do that anyway, because Tone's the hardest character to play with, if all other stats are equal. I know it may not have seemed like it on this playthrough, because I always kept him ahead of the others, but overall, he is the hardest one to play with, because he doesn't have as easy of iframes. So an interesting thing about, yeah, so Goro, one of the other melees, has, can just charge up and get iframes. And then Ungaga, the other melee, has longer range. So long as he has the stats, you know, the damage to actually kill things, he also doesn't have much of a problem. Whereas Tone is relatively short range, relatively slow. These guys take a decent amount of weapon HP off. Eat that, you jerk. Yeah, that's right. I win. But anyways, as I was saying, the also there's 100 floors here, just to be clear. This is gonna be a few episodes, is what I'm saying. Like, this is not gonna be immediate or fast. None of those things will increase my stats, so just gotta do that. Ooh, I can status break my Chronicle Sword if I want to. I don't know why I would ever do that, but actually I do know why I would do that. There is a point at which I will do that. But it won't be for quite a while. It'll be when I can status break it into the Chronicle 2, which is the strongest weapon in the game. It's for Tone, and you get it by beating this dungeon, which, you know, it's one of those, oh yeah, you have the strongest weapon in the game now, but it doesn't really matter because there's nothing left to defeat, so who cares? You know, it's like, yeah, you did it. Congratulations. You have nothing left to kill, but you have the strongest weapon now. I mean, to be fair, there's a certain logic to that, right? Because it's like, well, of course someone's already using the strongest weapon. It's the strongest weapon. So of course you have to get it as loot, and since they have the strongest weapon in a game that's all about strengthening your weapons, of course that makes them the strongest person in the game. It's like, it all makes sense. It's just, you know, it's unfortunate. It'd be less unfortunate if Demon Shaft opened before the final boss, because then you could use it on the final boss. It's kind of like a haha, it's funny to kill the final boss so fast kind of thing. Like kind of like when I played Final Fantasy X, the HD version that had all the extra bosses that the Western version didn't get. I had a lot of fun going through and beating and doing the last bosses of the game after having done all the extra stuff, because all the extra stuff is available before the last bosses of the game. So I just went through and one-shot every single final boss in the game, which was hilarious, aside from the scene ones that were more puzzle fights. But like every single one of the ones where you could just beat the enemy down, just two-shot them, one-shot them, something like that. It was hilarious. You know, because I'd done all the extra stuff at that point. I literally had maxed my stats. Like, I had the highest stats you could possibly have in that game. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, it was a ton of fun. I think that's a better system than having extra stuff open after you beat the final boss, because like I have no desire to go fight the final boss again just for that haha funny. It's not worth it to me, you know? So let's see, do we get a weapon that seems there is no trap? I love that. Man-eater, huh? Gonna go look at that. Huh. Well, okay then. I didn't even know that was a weapon, but apparently it is. Also, is Tone's weapon inventory almost full? It is full. It's not almost full, it is actually full. Whoops. It's because I didn't actually sort through my inventory before hitting record. Oops. But it's fine. Let me just hit leave the dungeon temporarily real quick. And then go to other area. Go to Dark Heaven Castle. We're just gonna sell the extra weapons. I'm also just gonna make sure, I think I still have the weapon pack open, right? Yeah, I do. Cool. I'm gonna glance through, see where Man-Eater is in the, okay, it's directly before the Amelia sword. Okay, it doesn't matter then. I was gonna see if it, on the off chance that it directly built into Dreamseeker or the other, I would store it. Because then I could just, between episodes at some point, just go do some fishing, put some gems on it, and call it a day, you know? Okay, can I buy some items? Haha, this fool actually thinks I'm here to buy things. How foolish. Or what I'm actually here to do is sell things. He never saw it coming. Anyway, get rid of that cactus. And these two Dasangas. No reason to have those chilling out in my inventory. That has durable, which is why I kept it. Then let me glance again at the weapon upgrade tree. Let me find Dreamseeker and see what builds into it. Okay, so Shamshir can't, but the Sandbreaker though. Sandbreaker does build directly into the Antique Sword, which is what grants stop. So I'm going to keep the Sandbreaker. Crystal Knife doesn't build into... What can Crystal Knife or Chris Knife build into? Okay, it can only build into Sandbreaker. But at least it's the only thing it can build into that matters. So it's gone. Shamshir's gone. Man-Eater's gone. And then I need to actually store all my all the funny weapons, all the funny and unique weapons that I've been keeping. Because there's... Oh yeah, that's right, I still had those 2 kitchen knives, huh? Never did actually put them on their weapons. Oh well. So Sandbreaker, Sun Sword, Macho Sword, and Serpent Sword, and you can't store the dagger. Okay, there we go. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Head on back to Demon Shaft. It doesn't teleport me directly into the dungeon, does it? It still teleports me to the outside, huh? Yep, sure does. That's kind of annoying, actually. This means that every time I exit and re-enter, I have to wait for another, like, 10 seconds. More than that, actually, because I then have to walk in here. Most of the other dungeons that have this kind of entrance, you can just teleport directly into if you do it, but I guess for Demon Shaft, they didn't want to do that. So, unfortunate for me, I guess. Anyway, on to floor 3. Let's go. We got lots of enemies to defeat. It is definitely... so I've been streaming a lot more recently, and it's hard to keep up the, like, that is one thing I've noticed, is when I'm recording in got one of them rare. Will you? Oh, well, okay, what attribute do I need to be using to hurt you? Is it no attribute, maybe? Is that the trick? I'll find out. That's the downside. Like, I didn't look up too much about this other than some generic stuff about like what like I know that there are enemies in which you have to no attribute them to hurt them, but I didn't actually spend enough time to learn which enemies they were and stuff like that. Stuff like that is one of the reasons why you go through this dungeon as fast as possible. Because, like, it's definitely, that's what it's designed for, right? It's designed for every enemy. Hey, I already got that, cool. Now I can ignore all enemies and just get the chests. You know? Like a good adventurer. All I care about is the loot. That's all that matters. You know? The rest of it, just, it's not important. Enemies just don't matter. Like, all that matters is the loot. Even if that means they'll have to go back more. Is that a dragon over there? Oh no, it's one of those. Okay. Out of the corner of my eye, it looked like a dragon, and I was like, oh hey! Yeah, it's one of these things. Once again, those enemies are relatively common in Dark Cloud too. Like, as in, like, there's multiple versions of them. Like, they're not like an everywhere enemy, but why am I going this way? There's no chests here. What am I doing? I have a brain, I promise. I just don't use it, you know? I have one, though. Okay, yeah, we just got one chest over. Gosh darn it. Hey, at least it freed up an inventory slot, right? How conscientious of that Brand's Feather to break to free up an inventory slot for me. Ah, there's the mine I was hoping to find in here. Okay, I'm gonna store that and not sell it. Anyway, so that's enough for this episode. Yeah, it's gonna be a few to get through all of this. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.